program when there is not only guns are firing, but at the same time there is no government in the country. Because later on, UN brought in Bernard Kouchner to become the head of UN administration in Kosovo. There was no bank at all in Kosovo. No bank. There was no currency. So no currency, no bank, UN administration. And at that level we went in and we started our work. And it was very helpful because male population almost all fled the country because of the problem that they created. Only the women were left. Basically, women were left in the country. There was no economy functioning. So we started building up that economy again within the families that they were left to start their life all over again. So this is one experience. Another experience, we also work in New York City. We started in New York City in 2008 in Queens. This is not a very sophisticated neighborhood. It's an area where the poor families live, lots of violence on the street, lots of drugs, and so on. But we worked there in 2.5 years that we have been working in Queens. It has been excellent repayment, near 100% repayment. No collateral, nothing. Our first branch was in Queens, and then we started in Brooklyn because many of the women were coming from Brooklyn area. So we said, okay, we'll open a new branch in Brooklyn. And the third branch has been opened only last week in Manhattan, so in Harlem. So we have that experience in that. So this is one that people go through the violence. Not everybody participates in violence. Still, people have a life to live. So you participate and help them to live it better, a little bit better, because you provide them financing. And the question of NGOs. Many NGOs run beautiful programs, even in part of cost recovery, but not 100% cost recovery. Some do it 50% cost recovery, some do it 75% cost recovery. So one of the things that if NGOs can let the program go to the 100% cost recovery, and it becomes an excellent social business, because they have beautiful ideas, they are very dedicated people, but runs with charity money. They have to raise money all the time. And in many NGO situations, it's very common to spend your management time, most of your management time, in raising money rather than running the program. In many places you will see as much as 75% of the time is devoted to raising funds rather than running program. And another thing happens, similar to this in NGOs, when they raise $1 for running the program, out of $1, 70 cents is used again as an expenses to raise money. So very little is left to run the program. So that kind of exhausts NGOs, their patience, their frustrations pile up. So I said, why don't you try to bring it to the level when you can become self-reliant? So this is one direction that one can take, gradually moving to the direction you become self-reliant, so that every year you don't have to go around for money and you are uncertain, your staff is uncertain, whether you will have enough money to run the program. Particularly when financial crisis like crisis happens, suddenly money dries up. Then you don't know whether you can run the program and you feel obligated, committed to running the program, but at the same time, money is not coming forward. It's a very unpleasant task for NGOs to carry on that program. So I said one way to protect yourself is to move into as quickly as possible into the level of self-sustaining. And you asked the question, should every NGO should do it? I don't think so. There are many areas where you cannot go for the recovery, particularly in the cases of where immediate basic needs are so important that you cannot think about exchanging money for that kind of services. Particularly in a disaster situation. When you go in a disaster situation, that's not an area where you should run in the first first phase to run social businesses. But definitely the second phase is very important to build up social businesses. And that's what we're trying to do in Haiti, to build up social businesses in Haiti so that they can have a long-term solutions for the program they have. But the immediate phase is, of course, is a relief phase and help phase and charity phase, and nobody can deny that kind of thing.
Professor, eu preciso sair agora, então eu queria primeiro agradecer